Hello, hello, welcome to Pile 2. And what does the Mystical Tea House have for you? You have chosen the Broke B Tarot deck, or the deck for Broke Witches by Broke Witches. And you have also chosen the Pumpkin Witch sticker with the familiar orange cat. Good choice, good choice. So let's see what we have today. And let's clear with the cutes in the broom. Right? Let's fly the broom. How's everybody doing? I posted the video about the giveaway. And of course, you could keep the comments positive. If you don't feel like really writing much, you could put a pumpkin or a kitty cat emoji to represent your pile. Of course, you could say P2 or Group 2 with the representation. So, who is haunting my Group 2 collective? Let's see what this is about. I see some recovery, some new starts. I know I've been under the weather. Sometimes that happens with the change of season. Don't be too concerned. Of course, be careful. Watch over the elderly. I have an Ace of Swords that came out in reverse. Maybe you were waiting for a text or a call that never came in. This says misinformation, wrong decision, lack of focus. So it may be time to take a step back because, especially if you're not feeling well. I see the Four of Swords. You see this, it says mental overload, sanctuary, and solitude. So if you're feeling under the weather, sometimes when you're not feeling well, you kind of feel, not only are the germs attacking you, you feel like you're under attack in general. You know what? Give your mind a rest, take a break. Maybe not everybody is out to get you. Maybe not even the germs. It wasn't anything personal. And take that with the people that you deal with. Maybe, if you say, okay, I'm not feeling well, sometimes people take that. If you say that, they think that means to back off. And if you didn't mean it, the next time you talk to them, just say, hey, I really would like, if I'm not feeling well, actually, I would like to hear from you. You can say it nice. And you use I statements. I would like to hear from you. That actually makes me feel good. So maybe that type of feeling or wording or something like that. Doesn't that sound much better than, well, I didn't hear from you, and who were you with, or something to that effect? And that could stand for any connection. It doesn't, that whole jealousy bit, it doesn't fly well with anybody. Even if you're just an acquaintance, a friend, a coworker, a relative, it just sounds strange in any connection. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let me put this deck down. Let me just see something. You know what? It looks like the deck is in reverse, so I will put this upright. But just keep in mind, initially, I had read it in reverse. So expect some type of communication to come your way. But be mindful, because if you're not feeling 100%, or if it's, let's say, the end of the week, and you're tired, or whatever the situation may be, just use your words with, as they say, discernment. Choose your words carefully. Swords can be very sharp, okay? Your words don't have to be. Be, as they say, diplomatic. Be careful what you say, especially when it's those you propose to love. Just because you're comfortable with the person doesn't mean you have the right to be mean to that person. As a matter of fact, you should be nicer to that person, okay? Especially your children, your parents, and especially your loved ones and your best friends. Those are the ones who have your back. Always remember that, okay? I hope that's I don't know, I was called to say that. Okay, so The next one up is the High Priestess. Usually when she shows up, that's a call to use your intuition. It says sacred knowledge, divine feminine, unconscious mind. So be aware of the thoughts, even write them down. If you're having, especially sometimes when you're taking medicine or something like that, you might have some weird dreams, but sometimes you might want to write these weird dreams down, and they might be good ideas for later on. Even if you're a very artistic person, that might be helpful. As a matter of fact, I had a relative that was concerned about me, and I didn't voice that I wasn't feeling well. I got sick twice in a week, and it went from like a regular virus to like deeper into the system, and I'm sure you can hear that I'm somewhat congested. And I'm only voicing that because my relative had intuited that something was wrong, and she reached out to me. And, I let her know. I said, you know what, you're absolutely correct. And I'm sorry for not saying anything, but I didn't want to cause any concern. Why? Because there's a distance between us. And why would I say, oh, I'm feeling like this, like that? It doesn't do anybody any good. But because she was correct, I didn't want to lie. There's no reason to do that either. So, but I let her know that I'm in good hands and I'm taking the rest that I'm supposed to be taking. Okay, so now the Fool. So that's another thing. Don't be foolish about, trying to get around and getting out of bed. Don't be impulsive about what you do. But this says innocence, new beginnings, and a leap of faith. I just happened to get sort of like one door closed and one door open. And I don't mean to inject myself into your reading, but sometimes with the collective, my energy is here too. And I am part of the collective. So, some of this does apply to me, and that's why I'm letting you know my experiences that might help somebody else, because I'm not the only one in the world, aren't I? So if that helps somebody, then I'm happy. And, because this week it was such an interesting situation. I was actually going to help somebody out of school, and instead of doing that, I was called upon to help somebody else instead, and I actually ended up switching positions, and that's going to be my new thing. And ironically, I ended up working more than I anticipated, and that's another reason why I should rest more now, because I have to build up my strength to be able to work more later. And it's good because now the holidays are coming, and this is a good message for other people. If you are being offered a lot more work right now, and you have either children or relatives, or if you're the type of person that's very giving, and you'd like to, maybe it doesn't have to be big gifts or anything like that, but if you like to try to give as much as possible, whether it be your time or even your give your money to charity or whatever it is that you do, or to family, rest and be able to do so now and save up so that you could do that later. And that's a big message for the Fool. Do what you can now so that you could provide later. Okay? And that would be the message of the Fool card at this time. In other words, embark on that new beginning, but don't be foolish about it. And here we go. The Emperor is the challenge card. So that's what I just said. So yes, prepare, take the needed rest, but dependability, authority, and structure. Have a structure to it. If anything, now is the time to map out maybe your savings plan, map out your schedule, your itinerary, all your expenses. And I always suggest have a higher savings than expenses if possible, or if and when possible. If you need help, now is the time to reach out. Like, hey, this is a situation I'm having, whether it be childcare, aftercare, and you know that, things are coming up and you have a heavier schedule than normal. Now is the time to do your bookings. And I hope that's helpful for somebody as well. or even line up family members, the younger ones who are able to help, maybe college age students that are in your family that might be looking for a couple of extra bucks here and there. Don't be cheap about it. Say, hey, I have this coming up and I need a couple of extra hours from somebody, who's out there that can give me a hand. You never know. Maybe somebody is able to step up and more happy to do it. And, name a price. If it's a daily thing, name a rate. So that might be helpful to everybody involved. And you know that your children are in good hands. And if there's activities or anything like that, sorry. Again, that's my upper respiratory situation, and I am sorry for anybody else going through this too. It's the beginning of the change of seasons, and sometimes this happens, and no need for concern. But I appreciate anybody who says anything, and please in the comments for the raffle, don't comment about my coughing or anything, and that's just embarrassing to me. Okay, so anyway, Seven of Swords in reverse. Coming clean, fresh start, rethinking your approach. So if you know that somebody isn't really doing the right thing by you, what was I saying before about choosing your words carefully? You're not going to get a good result if you're being accusatory. So choose your words wisely, be diplomatic. Let's say if you had somebody watch your kids or something and maybe something was misplaced, be careful of who you accuse of what. Sometimes children love to move things and it could be your own child. And, definitely, even if it's something that never happened before, again, don't accuse, look around, ask the child or children, hey, I had this thing over here, even if it's money. This money was over here, and don't be afraid. I want you to be honest with me. Do you have it? Can I tell you that I thought somebody took something of mine, and I was cleaning out a linen closet a year later, and I found it. I don't know if somebody put it back later, because that's quite possible. But yes, it was something, and I lost something else that I was looking for. That's why I was cleaning out the closet. And, I'm trying to use my own discernment, but I'm really hoping that other thing that I had lost, because it was something that I was trying to show my children something that I had won when I was in school myself. So, of course, that's not something that I can attain again. So it's more than, so if it's something like that, even scry, do what you can, and ask, say a prayer. I believe is it St. Francis? Look it up to see who's the saint of lost things. St. Anthony? I'm trying to remember. There's a saint. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to push any religion on anybody, but there's certain saints that help you find things. So by all means, if you believe, you can do that as well. And I do wish you luck in finding that. Okay, so in your near future, again, with this Seven of Swords, so the person that comes clean to you, be prepared that hurt feelings will follow. It says heartache, trauma, and sorrow. So be prepared that whoever fesses up, whether it be a friend, a significant other, be prepared to let that person go, especially if it was something big, okay? Because you see this person, and it says Dave stuff. So, I mean, by all means, I have nothing against anybody by the name of Dave or initial D, but, or no male, it could be Davida, it could be, no, it doesn't have to be a male. It could even be a last name, but, by all means, you might want to hold back on your thoughts about that. And again, this is a general reading. This is a mystery pile. And maybe we shall look in